In this episode, I talk about overwhelm, spinning all the plates, and how to know where to allocate your focus. Hey everyone, and welcome to episode 38 of the Honest Entrepreneur Show. My name's Tom Ross, and let's get into it. I'll be honest, today I am really tired. For anyone who is listening as opposed to watching this, I'm like kind of hugging this pillow here and drifting off to sleep. It's been a long week. I am currently preparing for my first ever speaking engagement at Birmingham Design Festival, and I'm really excited, especially as it's sold out, which is insane. Thank you to everyone who's attending. But yeah, I need to actually finish writing and putting together my presentation, and I'm trying to make it as value-packed as possible. I want it to be like 50 episodes of the show packed into 30 minutes, and then we're doing some Q&A at the end. So anyway, I'm really looking forward to that, and I will probably talk about it on the show pretty soon in terms of how it went, but it's a huge step for me. I'm terrified about public speaking, and so this is very much like practicing what I preach in terms of pushing well outside my comfort zone and trying to grow as a result.
This question is from Elizabeth. How do you deal with content overwhelm? I'm trying to up my marketing game and taking in so much great information out there, including yours, but it's making it really hard for me to figure out what should be my top priority in order to chip away at all the things I'd love to upgrade in my marketing.
This is another really good question that's come in from Elizabeth, and you guys have been killing it with the questions for the record, so I really appreciate that. And I mean, Elizabeth is asking about content overwhelm, right? She's asking about all this like different types of information and how to know what to focus on. And I'm going to take this a little bit broader, and I'm going to talk about entrepreneurship overwhelm, because that is the nature of being an entrepreneur. There is always 5,000 different things which we can and probably should be doing to help our business. But the whole nature of being an effective, good entrepreneur is to know which ones to prioritize and which ones to focus on. And, you know, this definitely applies to the content you consume and the content you put out, but it applies to your marketing efforts. It applies to every moment of every day. It's where you spend your time, right? Because time is the finite asset. It's the thing we can't grow. We can't get more time. We've all got 24 hours in a day, and it's just what we do with them. And I'm sure like Elizabeth or any of you watching or listening right now and myself, we could sit down and we probably could write 1,000 things off the top of our head that would help our business. Like I know things where I could make this show slightly fancier looking, or I could connect with more people on Instagram, or I could do personal gestures for my community, or I could do more business development. I could do more of everything, right? But when there is 1,000 different things to do, how do you get hold of that and think, where do I start? And that is the game of entrepreneurship. You know, there's some people who are focused over here, bouncing around, who have no clarity and no vision. And that was me for a few years. So I needed to kind of find those foundations, and that's the foundations I'm trying to get across through this show to all of you. So for some of you, like young Tom, you might be focusing on shitty things that are actually like really bad marketing, and you shouldn't be doing them at all. But once you start consuming content like this show, you should get a pretty clear idea in terms of like, okay, so I should be building community, I should be doing biz dev, I should be doing sales, I should be building a nice brand, I should be putting out content. A lot of the stuff I talk about, right? But really, I think experience is the answer. Like that is the only answer. Okay, Elizabeth? So experience will teach you like what's working best and what isn't working and what you're good at. There is no one size fits all with so many of these answers. I can't give you like, here's exactly how many hours of content you should be consuming. Here's exactly how much content you should be putting out and on what platforms. Otherwise, everyone would follow that blueprint, all right? There's no system, there's no secret system, there's no blueprint that everyone can just fit into. It's going to completely be predicated on you and your skill sets and how much work you can put into it and how you can juggle everything and multitask and stuff like that. So really the answer is just learn through doing. Like I do this every day, and I think my one tip to you would be audit yourself. because it's all well and good just to be kind of blinkered and like bundle along through your work and what you're doing, and pretty soon you can become inefficient. So I like to regularly audit myself and the work of my team, and just really sit down and be like, okay guys, like what's actually working, what's a waste of time, what is and isn't paying off. And I think you should always do that, not just with what you're putting out, but also the content you're consuming. So if you look to audit at least once a month, maybe even once a week, and just take an objective look and think, you know what, like I can stop listening to those 2 podcasts because they're not really adding anything to my life. And I can unsubscribe and clean up my inbox and unsubscribe from all these newsletters. And I'm going to stop doing that type of Instagram post because that's not really working. And I'm going to do more of that because that's showing potential, but I'm only just tickling it right now. That's the game of entrepreneurship. And so you only learn that through years and years and years of finessing it and improving and learning and experience. So I would just get yourself out there, do more, learn more, be an entrepreneur for a longer time than you already have been, to pick up these nuances, but just keep it front of mind what's working, what isn't, and audit yourself. Question of the week is, do you feel overwhelmed with the sheer amount of stuff there is to tackle being a creative entrepreneur? Let me know in the comments. Hey, thanks so much for watching this episode. Really, really appreciate you being here with me. If you haven't yet, please do subscribe right here on YouTube. Remember, tick the little bell icon so that you get proper notifications. I really hope you're enjoying the show. I hope you'll stick around for the upcoming episodes. I really want to keep bringing you as much value as possible. So thank you so much for your time, and I'll see you guys soon.